Michael lives in the New Bedford community, but was originally from Wareham, he told me, right?
Correct.
And has a notable work history that he will share a little bit with you today, I think, that has made a distinct difference in his life. As an employee of a local supermarket for the past year and a half, Michael has held several positions within the store and received recognition for his hard work as Employee of the Month after only 4 months working there. Michael believes that work is an important part of his rehabilitation and recovery. Michael's goal in life is to stop the stigma and discrimination of people with mental health challenges, and as he states, he's working very hard in his local community to be a living witness that we can do just that. Michael.
First of all, I'd like to thank the gracious legislature, service providers, friends and family, and especially those in recovery, and especially my mom, who I would not be here without. At long last, mental illness is receiving the attention it is warranted. Almost every person here has friends, family, all afflicted. But having a serious mental illness is not a situation that can be treated or overcome. I know this because I'm an example of an individual with a serious illness who's living a productive and fruitful experience. It hasn't been easy. My childhood and formative years were very happy. I was quite successful in all areas of life. I was at the top of my academic class, was popular, creative. I excelled at sports, was known for my speaking and leadership abilities. I was friends with all the different groups in the school, from the smart kids to the jocks, from the shy people to the outgoing. I was well adjusted and appeared to be well on my way to a bright future. Sometime during the second or third year of my stay at the university, things grew quite dark for me. Strange thoughts entered my consciousness. Paranoia raced through my mind. Honestly, at first, I really didn't even notice it. These ideas soon overwhelmed my whole life. Those around me attributed the distorted behavior to excessive drug use, possibly, or my always active imagination. But it was much more serious than that. The next thing I knew, I had dropped out of school, I lost the love of my life, and my friends receded into the background. I landed in a mental hospital. I was informed that I had been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Well, the years passed, and honestly, they passed quickly. I received my disability checks and went from job to part-time job. Heavy marijuana reliance sapped me of most of my motivation. That could have been the end of a sad story. Just another bright kid who succumbed to an illness no one really fully understands. Around 5 years ago, my life was greatly shook up. Without getting into the details, I abandoned my medication, which at least up to that point stabilized my behavior. I lost weight, rarely slept, and my actions grew increasingly erratic and bizarre. This lasted about 6 months before I crashed. This time I ended up in county lockup. Through the grace of God, that's when things changed. I received probation for my crime, and I haven't touched an illegal drug since. I began counseling and sought to undergo a serious self-examination about how my life would continue. It It was a wake-up call to become the person I knew I should be. In the past, I've always been creative, but now it is a serious passion. Nearly a day doesn't go by when I don't either write or play music. I work nearly every day and now have nice things. All my relationships, friends, family have all changed for the better. I've always cared for humanity, but now I seek ways to change my own habits and explore solutions to change the outside world. I get to see myself as a leader. I know I'm a person that others see as a role model. Anyway, with the right help, any mentally ill person can improve the quality of their lives, it's true. But the individual must choose themselves to change. When they do, this is where society steps in. When the person chooses to change their environment, their life will change almost instantly. Groundbreaking medicine lays the groundwork for stability. Counseling and support systems help the patient explore the complexities of their lives and provide solutions. Personally, without the help of the Department of Mental Health, and the programs and supports, I would either be dead, imprisoned, or in a serious institution, and I know that. In my 20 years of receiving help from the programs and state funds, I honestly can declare I've yet to encounter a caregiver who did not genuinely care for the people they help. This is the God's honest truth, not one in 20 years. Money allocated to such organizations helps thousands in Massachusetts every day. And unfortunately, the crisis is growing worse. Like every day, it's growing worse. And more help is needed. I envision funds provided to peer counselors who can provide street-level intervention to those suffering every day in our Commonwealth. Peers can provide experience and particular comfort because we understand that what our suffering and how they experience it. An ounce of prevention will save a ton of potential funds spent when the afflicted descend deeper into the misery and may need incarceration or longer-term facilities. The whole population will be better served by programs which the unfortunately ill and those addicted. I've always cared deeply for my fellow man, and all this suffering upsets me. But I know what it's like to recover. It can happen. Steps can be made. Our unique Commonwealth has always been known for taking the lead on social programs to reform grave problems throughout this great nation's history. Let us take the lead as a state. Let us show that our positive commitment can change solutions and change lives, here, today, and tomorrow. And again, thank you.